Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and that, my friends, is what I like to call best win of the season. I would say so far for your Miami Heat. They beat the Houston Rockets tonight. Second night of a back-to-back. Of course, sans Jimmy Butler, no Duncan Robinson, and they beat them 104-100. Again on the back of one Tyler Christopher Herro, boy wonder, cold-ass white boy, or you guys could just refer to him as all-star, dude. A friggin' all-star. That's what he is bringing to the table, and they just can't handle it. It gets up in their minds, and all of a sudden you got a dude turning a basketball game into a Brazilian jiu-jitsu match. Give him a little gi toss, a little hip toss right down to the heart. It could have been dicey. And he's just trying to tell, hey, baby, you guys don't know how many seconds you have timeout. Hitting technical fouls. You guys getting all warped up in your head. You lost. Go home. And Amen Thompson, like, tell you what, can I get an amen? Terry Rozier going in that. I was saying not nice things about Terry Rozier in that fourth quarter. I was, people were blowing me up on text. I'm like, is there a Michael Porter Jr.'s brother situation going on here? What the hell's going on with Terry? Where the hell did his shot go? What is happening here? But I tell you what, dude, when TNT gets into trouble, you mess with one T, you get the other T right in the face. And he dove in there, and he brought the sauce right to that party. And I'll tell you another one who did. The guy who hit the biggest balls shot of the game. Jovic, dude. Because let me tell you something. Tyler Herro, best player on the team tonight. No doubt. Killer, sniper, just, I don't even know what can be said about them. The way that he's finding his teammates. I mean, that assist that he had to Haywood Highsmith to tie things up at 92 apiece. But then, they're sending 3 rockets at him, and he's just cool. Bang! Right in your face. He has just been an assassin this season. It really has been a marvel to watch, to see all the things and all the adversity that the kid has been through. Man, is he rising above it and then some. But let me tell you something. He's got a little place to stay whenever he's in Texas, because that dude lives rent free in Houston's head after this one. But I mean, the Miami Heat end up finding Nikola Jović they're going to do whatever they can in that team, because Tyler Herro was lighting their ass up like a Christmas tree. And so you knew one thing. Somebody else was going to have to step up. And let me tell you, the game today that Nikola Jović had might have been his finest in a Heat jersey, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, he's had some games where he's gotten hot from shooting. I'm talking about the way he played today. And let me tell you something. He had a game yesterday that, it would have been those where, down in the dumps, Spo could have yanked him and been like, all right, we're out. He's got some silly fouls on DeAndre Hunter. Spo threw him right back out there, and he flourished today. I was so proud of Nico and what he was able to do for this team with making that shot. It was onions, dude. The Serbian Terminator fears no man and fears no shot. And when he steps up, I'm like, oh, he's got that thing wide ass open. Haywood found him. Bam! Right there. Nico Threeko right in your face. 98-94. And it broke the Rockets. Let's be honest with you. It broke the Rockets. They forgot how to throw a ball in, how many you're allowed to have on a timeout. Tyler Herro then goes up 5. Then we have all hell breaking loose. But I'll tell you who's always... Let me get Tyler Herro stepping up to the mic. All right, so just heard Tyler Herro, Terry Rozier speak about the incident. Both of them, one of the interesting things was, before we get back into the game, because I got to get into Kel'el Ware, and today was just such a great day for the young bigs. And Spo was trying to lecture us afterwards, saying, the Heat Nation, it's going to be like this. It's not always going to be like this. Don't lecture me, Spo. But in a second. Tyler Herro's his best quote on the Amen Thompson incident, quote, guess that's what happens when someone is scoring and throwing dimes. 27 points, 9 assists for Tyler Herro. He was tremendous. And Terry Rozier said, "Hey, I'm gonna always protect Tyler. We got to protect Tyler at all costs." This is a funny thing with basketball culture is like you're always supposed to look upon your best players are very rarely your best fighters. It's kind of like, first of all, the NBA's probably got amongst the worst fighting in the league, but I don't expect my best guys to be my best fighters. That's why you have a Udonis Haslem to go and defend Dwayne Wade when Tyler Hansbrough acts a fool. Much like in hockey, why did the Panthers not have their best, why does not Reinhardt fight? Kachuk is always an incident, so it's probably a bad example for him. But Huberdeau did not get into a lot of fights. Why does AJ Greer fight? Why does it Radko Gudas who would always fight? Why do you have enforcers? And Barkov is never going to fight you. He's going to stare at you and be like, I'm going to destroy you. But look, I'm not. If you were to say like, would I want Tyler Herro in a street fight out of all Heat players? Yeah, probably not. But you want to know what I would want him for? Getting buckets on your ass, and that's what he did today for the Miami Heat. He was absolutely tremendous. Kendrick Perkins, he tweeted out, Amen Thompson stood up, and he threw the bleep out of Tyler Herro. People can get their joke off. But Herro definitely won the situation because he gave the Rockets that work, 27-9-6, and the W, and it ain't costing him money. Dude, he honestly, like, it was weird. I think both of them were like, I don't understand what really set them off in that team. Maybe it has to do with their coach. I mean, this was what Ime Udoka said afterwards. His quote was, they were in each other's faces, bumping chests a little bit, and one guy is stronger than the other. But he also like wanted to get into the fight. And I know Ime Udoka is a bit of a badass, and he looks like he's ready to fight at all times when it comes to his fights. But also, like, you're the coach. Like, you're the coach, dude. I don't know if you're supposed to be doing that in the whole melee of that thing and whatnot. So, hey, great for Amen Thompson. I'll be sure to send the footage to Dana White. Maybe they can get him on looking for a fight because his judo throws are looking real sick. You know, you put up 5 points today. Amen. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. For the Heat, I think this is a good moment because, first of all, it's a great road trip. You know, we talked about this today on the Hawks recap on it. It was like, that was a disappointing loss. The Hawks were flying around. They were playing at their pace. It definitely felt like a game the Heat just ran out of steam, really could have used Jimmy Butler. But, like, ultimately, they could turn this into a good trip if they win this Rockets game. And they did. And you beat the better two teams on this road trip. You got a buzzer beater or a near buzzer beater to beat the Magic for a big time revenge win. And you beat, one of the better teams in the Western Conference. I think, all in all, you get a 2-3 trip. You're absolutely thrilled with what the Miami Heat were able to do ultimately. And I don't know what to make of this Jimmy Butler video that was after the game because Jimmy, or before the game, because Jimmy put a video of himself with Bernie Lee, his agent. They're playing dominoes in front of his locker. And I don't know what to make of it. It seems like Jimmy, I guess the reconditioning is over. I'm sure the video would have pissed a lot of people off if the Heat lost. But he beats Bernie in dominoes. And then Bernie posts on his Instagram, best tour in the history of Kaseya Center. Employee number 22 doing his part. So, we'll see what's going to come. The Heat will be off tomorrow. Maybe they'll practice on Tuesday, but they do have a back-to-back, so maybe they won't. I don't know. And they'll get back after it because, they are pretty, if you have a Duncan injury, guys playing back-to-backs, maybe Spoke gives them a couple of days off just to treat. I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they do or don't practice on Tuesday. They could end up just doing a shoot-around on Wednesday. We'll keep an eye on that. But, man, this was such a great moment for them. I think a win that they definitely needed. So many guys contributed to this win, and the thing that excites me the most, and I think excites Heat Nation the most, dude, what a performance by the young bigs, Nikola Jović and Kel'el Ware, man. I got to tell you, this Şengün was kind of cooking. I mean, he had a perfect second half. Obviously he wasn't going to stay that way, and Bam kind of got after him a little bit, but I thought that Kel'el Ware did as much to kind of get him off rhythm as anybody in that second half when he comes in for his stint in the fourth quarter. And Ware just kind of got his stuff going. Like, he was deterring shots. You could tell guys did not want to go at him at the Rockets. It's like, hey, this is kind of what everybody's been saying. You know, like, let's throw. There's going to be growing pains. You know, there's growing pains. There's going to be times where you're like, all right, should he be out there? Understood. But that's part of the process. You got to let the kid take his lumps. And this was a great performance by him. You know, he was a big part of the Heat. The Heat were getting down, and it was looking like, you're down 9 after having a lead and couldn't find a run. Dude, Kevin Love. Whew. Wow. I don't want to say rude things, but he knows what that performance was. I don't know, man. He doesn't look physically right. I don't know. But he missed, like, he had a turnaround shot from like 4 feet away and airballed it. Thankfully, Highsmith caught it and kicked it to Herro for a 3. That was wild. But Kel'el Ware, man, he had like a beautiful scoop to the rim. Him and Tyler have a good symbiosis between them. I think that's a word. Which is a beautiful thing. He loves throwing the alley-oops to Kel'el Ware. And, I mean, you know, he gets these back-to-back scores, and then Jovic gets another 3. And I was like, dude, look at our spry young forward and center out there hitting threes, deterring at the rim, getting rebounds. The thing I loved about Jovic today, dude, he was just getting the ball, taking off like a rocket. No pun on the team, but taking off down the court like a speed demon, like a Serbian Terminator, putting his head down, punishing players. But he also just had some pretty ass passes. He had this one in the first half where, like, he has 2 rockets on him and he's like looking around, finds Haywood Highsmith in the corner for a 3 ball. I was like, damn, that was a pretty ass assist from him. That was really, really nice. I gotta tell you, dude, I was very, 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 very impressed with that. But I'm laughing right now because I got a notification on Kel'el Ware because he keeps having the same reaction to Tyler Herro game winners, which is just to look off to the side, just like he's just impressed, and he just tweeted out cold. CAWB, dude. That's how he's rocking. But yeah, man, I just thought that the young bigs today, what a performance that they had. And then, yeah, this fourth quarter kind of goes, you know, Kel'el Ware gets his bucket and foul. Miami got the lead back. And then, you know, Terry just couldn't find anything to drop. I mean, like, he was airballing shots. He was just getting deterred and put in bad spots all over the place. And they just couldn't hit a broadside, the broadside of a barn from 3 tonight. Most of the Heat players, there's no Duncan Robinson, so you obviously need somebody to pick up. Bam was in foul trouble. His jumper was looking wonky at the end. But, man, some clutch-ass shots tonight, man, because, you know, between the Haywood Highsmith 3, Tyler Herro going strong to the line, dude. Like, he's just been so much better at that. Like, it's just so cool to see the growth that he's brought. Haywood was clutch. What a menace he was today. 3 steals for Haywood Highsmith tonight. He was a plus 13. He was a plus 10, excuse me. I was looking at Kevin Love was a minus 13. I got a little dyslexic there. Haywood finished with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals. He was awesome. Tyler, 27 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. All-star, dude. Nico, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Whew. Kel'el Ware tonight, 3 of 3 from the field, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 block shot, plus 5 in his minutes. Great performance, man. What a win for Miami. Galvanizing. I'm sure that all this is going to be fun. This is going to get a lot of headlines because of the melee. I hope when people are saying, hey, that Tyler Herro got tossed like a javelin, also be sure to mention that he tossed it into the bucket for the tune of 27 points to kick the Rockets' ass, just so we're clear. So the Heat get to 16-14, 2 games over through 30. They get some days off. They got a couple of very interesting games coming in between a Pelicans team that's just been through all disarray and a Pacers team that won tonight in Boston. So, you'll have them riding some comments. Boston has been tripping up a little bit lately, and the Pacers have been playing better. And then we'll see what happens with the whole Jimmy saga, what the next step of that is as well. But this was as entertaining a win as there has been this season, and I enjoyed the holy hell out of it. I really did. And Spo, just one last thing, because I did mention, I would say this. Spo tried to do this thing where he gave a message to Heat Nation. He's like, our young guys, Heat Nation, I love them. I'm like, look, dude, I know you love them, Spo. I know you love them. But respectfully, play them more, dude. You got to let the young guys go out there and take their lumps. Spo, it's December. Look what Jovic was able to do today. He was such a difference maker. I really, and I don't think he's a guy who, he had some dumb fouls yesterday. So what? Let him fly, baby. And Kel'el, come on. There should never be a reason that Kel'el Ware's not getting minutes. Okay? All right. I love you too.